Welcome to how to make your very own game of washers. You will need 2x4s, plywood 17 by 17 inches, artificial grass or carpet, 6 washers, you may want to use more just in case you lose some, a couple of latches, liquid nails, a couple of paintbrushes, a box cutter, nails, a hammer, nail gun, miter saw, and PVC pipe. The first step to make your game, you will need to use the miter saw to cut the 2x4s into 17 inches long. You will need to saw each side of the wood into a 45-degree angle. To saw the wood correctly, you may need to apply some force to your sawing. As you saw deeper and deeper into the wood, you will want to make smaller and faster cuts to avoid splitting the wood. It should look like as shown. You will want to do this 8 times. The second step, you will want to make a perfect square out of the pieces of wood. To hold the pieces together, you will want to use the liquid nails, hammer, and nails. First, use the liquid nails to hold the pieces together. After, you want to use the hammer to stick the nails in place. Then get your paintbrush to spread the liquid nails on what you would like the bottom of the box to be. Then find your plywood and slowly place it against the square made of 2x4s. Make sure that it is even. After this is placed, you will want to use the nail gun to reinforce it. It should look like as shown. The third step. You will want to cut a square out of your artificial grass or carpet the size of the plywood, 17 by 17 inches. Some modifications might have to be made. Then place the material into the box. Make sure that it fits tightly. The fourth step. Find your PVC pipe and mark about 3.5 inches on the pipe. You'll want to use the miter saw to cut nicely through it. Then you will want to use the PVC pipe to make a circle into the middle of the box. The fifth step. You will want to find your square piece of artificial grass or carpet and make an X on the back of it. You'll want to use a ruler to help draw the line. Draw a line connecting the opposite corners. This will help find the middle of the mat. Using the pipe, place it about where the middle of the mat would be. Use your marking utensil to trace the outside of the pipe. After this is done, you will want to use the box cutter to cut out the circle. When you have done this, make sure the pipe fits through the hole and it is even. The circular piece that came from the mat is going to be used inside the PVC pipe. In order for it to fit, you may need to trim it down. The sixth step. You're going to want to put your PVC pipe into place. You're going to want to use the liquid nails for this process. Squeeze the liquid nails onto one side of the pipe. Be sure not to use too much. Once this is done, spread the liquid nails on the inside and out of the pipe. Leave the liquid nails to dry no less than an hour. Once this is done, you'll want to spread the liquid nails all on the bottom of the inside of the box. It might be easier to spread it with a paintbrush. Once it is nicely spread, you are now ready to place the mat. Make sure it is fit perfectly into the box. Then you will want to place a smaller circular mat inside the PVC pipe. The seventh step. You will finally start to paint your washers. Use 6 or more. The paintbrush will come in handy for this process. Place the washers on something you will not mind getting paint on. First paint one side and let it dry. Once it has been dried properly, you are ready to paint the other side. There is another way to paint your washers. The paint may start to chip off due to hitting the box. You can use regular string for this process. You will want to get a can of your preferred paint. You will also want to use ornament hangers or improvise with paper clips. First, you will want to hang the washers on the holders and simply dip the washers into the paint. You will want to use the string to hang them up to dry. Just make sure they are under something you do not mind getting paint on, because they do tend to drip. Leave them hanging until they dry. The eighth and final step. You are going to want to install your latches. This will make it easier to carry. Make sure the latches are properly placed. After this is done, You may want to paint the box. The box is your creation, so you may paint it how you please. Thank you for watching this video, and enjoy.